I just want to apologize in advance. It's 7, so my children are still awake, and my dogs and my husband. I have to apologize to.
We're so excited that you're on with us tonight. Thank you for getting on.
Of course.
Here.
Thank you for reminding me today.
I know, I was talking, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, today's the 7th.
It's all right. I have nothing going on. It's cool.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, I think there's like so many new people on since last time that we've had you, because it's been like a really long time. So if you'll just start out by like sharing your story with us, and if for all of you guys who don't know, we're all under her. This is my enroller with It Works, so I'm really excited for you guys to hear her story tonight. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with your story, and then we've got lots of questions for you. So
you guys, I'm going to share my story, and then I'm going to share mine and Courtney's story, because it is literally going to blow your mind, okay? But I'll start with myself, because it's so interesting, right? No, I'm just
kidding. It is.
Okay. Okay, so I started with It Works 3.5, almost 4 years ago now, and I was a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids. And we had just moved from my husband's job, and when we moved, I lost the kids that I was babysitting, which was, oh my gosh, it was bringing in $600 a month or something. That was something we really, really relied on. And all of a sudden, from okay to, okay, we're negative $200 a month on our bills, and hello, you have to do something. Joey was working 4 jobs at the time. He's a firefighter EMT, so their schedules are weird. So basically he worked full-time fire, 2 part-time EMS jobs, and then he worked at a hardware store when he had time free from those ones. And, you know, I say this, I always feel bad saying it, but I was basically a single mom with financial support because he was gone so much. And, I mean, I can't imagine being a single mom without financial support. But anyway, so I was like, okay, like I have to do something. And I actually talked to somebody about It Works, and I told them I was like not interested. I was like, no, like I don't want to sell things. I don't use my social media, you know, all of the same things that we hear from people every day. No, I didn't have the money. And, but then I signed up with Jade Hooper, and I was on some mommy page, and this girl, it was Jade, was talking about paying her credit cards and working from home. And so I messaged her. She was like, oh yeah, I'm with It Works. And of course I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, you know, I talked to somebody before, and she told me I could maybe make a few $100s. And Jade was like, wait, no, I'm going Emerald. I'm getting ready to make $1,000 a month. She was a Ruby when I joined. And I was like, oh my gosh, you can make $1,000 a month from your phone? And I was sold. Me, you know, the things that I was scared of, basically, you know, posting and selling and talking to people, because I'm a super, super introvert. Those things were so superficial and ridiculous to hold me back from making that $1,000 a month for my family. So I had to wait to get started. I waited about a week. I had to wait for my tax return so I could pay off a maxed out credit card so I could get started. And I got started. And I had no idea what I was doing. I'd never done anything like this, obviously. I'd never tried any products. I didn't have a market. All of the things that everybody worries about. But I just got started, and I jumped in. And, you know, I started posting. And I did not use social media before this. I think I had an Instagram account. This is so embarrassing. But I followed, like, you know, the Kardashians or something. You know, people with, like, these glamorous lives or whatever. And that was what I used my Instagram for. So I did not, like, I had to, like, basically start from zero and start building things up. But anyway, so I got started, and I just caught the vision so fast. You know, I remember rocking my daughter at night, all night long, because she was horrible, and thinking, oh my God, this is right where God wants me to be. Like, it hit me like a ton of bricks, chills, and I went upstairs to Joey, and I was like, Joey, this is going to sound so corny, like so ridiculous, but this is where God wants me to be. Like, this is our plan. And it was like from that moment forward, things, the plan for me to get started and go diamond, double, triple, presidential ambassador, that was all in the plan. That was all how it was meant to be. I believed it with every ounce of my soul, and it happened. So I went diamond 4 months into my business. I did not get any kind of bonus. And then I went double diamond 7 months in. I did not get any kind of bonus. To me, bonuses were like, yeah, cool, but really I just need to make money. So I was working no matter what. Then I went triple diamond 9 months in, presidential diamond 12 months in, and ambassador diamond 16 months in. It was all a whirlwind, and it was all momentum, and it was all just staying focused on what I wanted and keeping my team focused on what they wanted. And we did it together. You know, Courtney did it with me, you know. But let me just tell you about mine and Courtney's story. I love telling the story because it's so random. Okay, so I was a Ruby probably when you started.
I was thinking, I was like, I think she was a Ruby. That's so crazy.
Role. No, I didn't even go Ruby yet. I went Ruby in April.
So you were executive.
So I was executive, yeah. Courtney started. She came to me on Instagram, and she's like, I want to start. And then I emailed her, okay, which was weird because we emailed. And then she just started. But then we got started talking. This girl, okay, so I grew up in a town called Martinsburg, Missouri, population 232 or something like that, like 232 people. And Courtney grew up in the same town. We lived right up the road from each other, but we went to different schools, different school districts. Our grandpas were best friends. I knew her grandpa my entire life growing up. Like, what? Grandpa, they were farmers, and they were just best friends. And I found this girl on Instagram. Like, it wasn't like my favorite friend. I followed her on Instagram somehow, probably following my mother-in-law's followers. But that's just such proof that, you know, people are going to come into your life that are meant to, and that things are going to happen, and it's going to be amazing. So I love that story. We're just, Courtney, it's just fake.
I know. I don't know. It's just crazy. It like blows my mind still how that even happened. But
thank you for messaging me, by the way.
Thanks for following me. I was trying to think. I didn't know if you had followed me or if I had like followed you somehow through like Kaylee's followers. I don't know. But her sister-in-law and I were in the same prom group my senior year because she went with the guy that I graduated with too. So it's just so crazy. But I love it. I'm so thankful you came into my life. But okay, so we want to know just what a day in the life of Ashley Mirth looks like. Like, what do you do every single day? Like, what are things that before you go to sleep at night, you're making sure that you do on a daily basis for your business?
Okay, well, I want to say first and foremost, I'm a mom. So my day 100% revolves around the schedules of everybody but myself, okay? But I love that because I think that the busier you are and the busier you keep yourself, the better your business does. I just think that busyness breeds like momentum. I don't know. So I wake up before I have to get out of bed for school, for taking Trace to school. And the first thing I do is I go through all of my messages, notifications, emails. Not that I email many people anymore. It's just like a habit. And I answer people. And then I want to make sure that I post sometimes. Sometimes I don't have a chance to post, but I try to before I get out of bed. Then I get up and I take Trace to school, and then I get home, and that's when I start to follow and message. So I like to make sure I do certain things before I like allow myself to do something else. So like, say I want to go work out, okay, which I haven't done because I've been sick, but say I want to go work out. I'm like, okay, you can work out after you follow on both of your accounts and message 25 people. Something super simple, okay? So I'm making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do for my business before I do the things that I want to do. And then from there, it's just answering messages, following again in an hour, messaging again in an hour, and what is it? Oh, sorry. And trying to just make sure I get everything done in a day. I am not a night owl. I really struggle staying awake past 10. It's really embarrassing. I really struggle staying awake past 10, but sometimes I make it till 11. And when I'm staying up late, I'm just helping my team, sending out more messages, following more people, just trying to get as much work in as I can. But I will tell you that I built my business to Ambassador Diamond, being awake all night long with a very crabby baby and just working through the night. Every time she woke up, I'd hold her, rock her, nurse her, work. So the more consistent you are, and it doesn't have to be like the same times, but I worked in all of my spare times. That's what leads to results. When you're very sporadic and like working an hour here and then you'll maybe work sometime tomorrow, that's when it hurts you. You have to be just very consistent in this business. Like again. Sorry.
So what is something, no, you're good. So I know like sometimes I'll get moms, and I know other people can relate with this, and they want to use their children, like, their busy, crazy schedules as an excuse. Like how do you always just make sure to make sure you're making time to fit your business into your life?
Well, first of all, I think that anybody can make an excuse. And I really don't think that any excuse is a good excuse. It's basically just a way to make yourself feel better about not doing anything. And I say that knowing that when I make an excuse, it's bull hockey. So I'm very real with myself. But I mean, my kids in no way, shape, or form are they neglected. They're very loved. They get a lot of attention. They play a lot. This is funny, but if my phone dies, I put it on the charger and I go play with the kids. If they're like, hey, can we go play catch? Obviously, it's pretty hard to play catch with the phone in your hand. I put it down and I go play. Did I catch or catch? I don't know. So I make sure to do what they need to do and I work my business around it. So like I was saying before, if I want to do something, I have to do something for my business first. So if Braylon's like, Mom, come do Play-Doh with me. I'm like, okay, I have to message 20 people first. So I just make sure to get what I need to get done in all areas. There's no excuse that's a valid excuse for me. Well, I mean, there's some, but it's not like parenthood because everybody's busy.
Yeah, you just make it a priority no matter what, as long as you're fitting it in your day. And I love how she's not a night owl, but I get most of my work done at night. So I just it's just so different for everybody, which why this business is the bomb, because it just works with us and not against us. Okay, so you built completely on social media as well, right? Or you've had one party?
I've had I had one actual party, and then I've had I say business meetings. They're kind of parties, where I got together with a group of people and I talked about products and business. But it was I mean, I guess it was technically a party, but it was a group of family that was interested. And they're like, let's have a meeting at the restaurant. Let's talk about this. So I've done that. I want to point out that I'm very introverted and not great in social situations. So it's difficult for me to put myself in those things, but I know that it's very good to do. So yes, I totally just got off track. Yes, I business on social media.
Okay, do you use is it Facebook primarily or Instagram for you?
When I started, Facebook, but now it's Instagram. I just think Instagram's such a gold mine. There's so many people that haven't been reached, and I think Instagram people are nicer. But I think getting people your potentials from Instagram and saying, hey, add me on Facebook so you can see that I'm a real person, makes them trust you more and makes them more likely to sign up with you. So I think they're both important. And really whatever it is that you're going to do, just do it well. So if you're going to go all in on Facebook, go all in on Facebook and work it really freaking hard. And the same for Instagram.
Okay, yes. So your live posts are amazing. I don't know, they're just always on point. What do you do? I know a lot of people, they just have trouble with coming up with what to talk about. How do you I don't know, I feel you're on top of that all the time. How do you come up with your live posts so well?
Well, I think the reason that people struggle with live posts so much is because they're really scared to share that part of themselves. And fear holds us all back, but there's something really special about being vulnerable and sharing your heart with people, because that's when they're going to connect with you. People aren't going to connect with, I wanted $100, just something bland, okay? People are going to connect with, I needed $100 so I could buy my kids new shoes because their soles were falling off. Or I wasn't in college in this business. Or so I could buy my textbooks without having to borrow it from my parents or whatever. Like, when you're writing life posts, you have to keep in mind that people have been through a hell of a lot worse than you. Whatever it is that you're going to say, somebody's had it worse. Sorry, one second. Oh my gosh, come here. Oh, stop scratching that. Stop scratching. That's horrible. Oh, he's having a really bad, like, allergy. Yeah. Go show your dad. I think we have girl stuff when I'm done. It's, like, really bad. Okay, life posts. So whatever you think that you've gone through that's horrible and you don't want to talk about, somebody's been through so much worse. And you sharing your story is going to make them feel so comfortable with you because they know, hey, she's been through crap too, or hey, she's struggled too, she's been scared too, you know, whatever it is. So at the end of the day, don't let fear hold you back from talking about your journey, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and once you start posting about that stuff too, like, it's crazy how many people reach out to you and are just like, I'm in your exact situation, or they can relate with you. And that's what makes them want to come to you to join. So, you know, any of us can post those pictures or like join, you know, just talking about the business and stuff, but really what your personal, like what you went through and, you know, you sharing that is what's going to get them to come to you. So, hi.
Right.
You're so wrong.
Say hi. Nope, just gonna stand. Typical.
Oh, you've done some three-way calls, haven't you? I thought you had seen. How have they been going for you so far? Are you liking them?
Yes. Well, first of all, I just want to say that, again, they were terrifying for me because I don't like to talk on the phone because I have, like, horrible old lady hearing. Okay, I'm like, what? Huh? You know, I'm that person that you don't want to talk to on the phone. But yes, I've been doing them, and I feel pretty badass about it. Like, when I'm doing them, I'm just like, yeah, I know what I'm saying. And I love talking to people, and relating to their story and just telling them, hey, I understand. I hear you. I've been there. I get it. And I think they just really appreciate that. I think really the key to these three-way calls is getting somebody, your potential, on the phone with an upline that is, like, either really, really good at talking or really, really can relate to their story. So, oh my gosh, spray. So, like, if you're a college, go to Courtney, have Courtney do it. If you're talking to a mom, go to the other Courtney. I don't know if her team's on here. You know, go to somebody who really gets what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
That way they can relate. Yeah, no, that's good. We were supposed to have our first one last night, but it ended up falling through or whatever. But I am excited, but I'm like the same way. It's so out of my comfort zone just because I never talk on the phone. But I think it'd be so good for, you know, because once you just get out there and you do it, it's just so much more personable. And I don't know.
Is anytime you on the phone with a potential, even if it's just one-on-one, I swear 99% more likely to sign up. I've never had a potential I've talked to on the phone not sign up, which blows my mind as to why I don't talk on the phone more. Like, get over it, Ashley, just do it, right? So don't ever be scared to get people on the phone because they really, really respond well to that. So, like, don't be scared. If somebody asks me to get on the phone, I'm always like, yeah, I would love to. But I do it. You know, just do it, Courtney. I'm so excited for when you start doing them.
Yes, I'm excited. We have some scheduled, so I'm excited. But no, I've definitely, I've been talking to so many girls on my team. They're already having several scheduled too. So I just had seen the other day that you said you had done them, so I wanted to hear how it went for you. Okay, so if you could share any advice for somebody that just feels discouraged in their business and don't really know how to move forward, what would you say?
Well, I'm just going to share my number one aha moment that it's been the same aha moment since I started, and it will forever be, is something that holds me back easily, which is, I mean, it's not a good reason, but it's the way other people are perceiving me, viewing me, talking about me, everything, right? Their opinions. So when I was probably still a Ruby when I saw this quote, but it, like, changed my business. I used to let others' opinions hold me back until one day I tried to pay my bills. Wait, I used to let hold me back the way others thought hold me back. I can never retell a story, guys. Until one day I tried to pay my bills with their opinions. You get what I'm saying, right? I cannot retell anything. See, I'm so bad. And it literally changed everything. I was like, why in the world would I let what somebody is thinking or saying, and I don't even know what they're actually thinking and saying, I'm just guessing, hold me back, because they're not paying my bills. Like, I'm $300 a month in the negative. They're not going to help me do that. And it really just changed my whole business, and helped me out so much. It just got so bad. Okay, well, that was washed with the same detergent, though, babe. Everything we have to wash with it. When he's sick, he's allergic to laundry soap. I don't understand. Momming. Sorry, guys. He's like in hives from head to toe.
Oh my gosh. From the laundry soap?
Well, yeah, he had like croup last week, and he gets sick. Like, he becomes allergic to laundry soap again. And it's really, like, hard to deal with. Like, he's allergic to his clothes basically right now. So, yeah.
All right, let's see here. Okay, if you could yell at yourself, back at yourself when you first started this business, what would you say?
If I could yell at myself in a good way or a bad way, can it be either?
It can be either, whatever, yeah.
Oh my God, I would yell at myself to be ignorant on fire all the time, to not try to figure anything out, to not look left and not look right, and just think about what it is that I want and go for it and have that tunnel vision, and stop worrying about who did what and who promoted faster and who signed more people and blah, blah, blah. Just do you. Focus on what you want and have your team on the same, go away. My kids are camera hogs. have tunnel vision on what it is that you want to accomplish. Stop letting yourself get in your own way. That's like, I would yell at myself to just be ignorance on fire, because it's the best thing, just running with your vision without looking at everything else.
I love it. Yes, I could not agree more. Okay, so I think that's all the questions I have written down that they had on here. Does anybody else have any other questions? If you want, you can ask them in the chat and I can ask her as well. Okay, somebody texted me and said, even though you have made it so far, what still lights the fire for you and gives you the vision?
Well, I mean, it's really because, I know if anybody lets themselves succumb to negative thoughts, negative opinions, they can move backwards. And that's not on my radar. My radar is on moving forward for my kids. And then I found out I was pregnant, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a third fire. Like, it's time to run. And, I just think that your why is going to change a lot. Your story is going to change, and you always have to have a reason to keep pushing forward. And you have to run with that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Not my phone, just so you know. This is Midland. That sounds like a Texas state name.
Okay, I don't see a name on it. I don't know what to click. Andrea. Okay, it went away. Okay, how do you sign so many distributors, and do you have a favorite message you send?
Distributors, just like we were saying earlier, it's all about being vulnerable and sharing your story. Like, I think that those join my team for $2,000 a month, those are great. And it's Andrea something screen sharing.
Right, Andrea, where you at, girl?
I think it's like great to do those, and those might catch someone's attention, but what's really going to get them to sign up is when you talk about your story and whenever they feel they can trust you. I don't message for distributors, I just message for customers. And because Pam Souter always says, lead with the products, lead with the wrap. So I message for customers, and a lot of people, when they're like, I can't afford this right now, then I turn it into a potential distributor. Oh, I totally understand. Would you be open to learning about how to make money while using products for free or something like that?
Whenever you're messaging for customers, do you have a certain thing that you do each day, or is it just kind of like as long as you're sending out some messages each day? Do you have like a certain routine that you make sure you follow?
Basically, as long as I'm getting work done, because
Yeah.
my schedule is so different every day. I mean, generally I leave the house like 3 times a day, just coming and going to school for kids. And it sounds like nothing, but when it's a 30-minute trip each time, it adds up. So I'm just like in my spare time, I'm making sure send at least 10 messages up to 30. I really haven't gone over 30 much because I don't want to get blocked. But I do like 10 to 30 and just make sure I get what I need to get done. And if I don't get it done during the day, I'm doing it before bed. Falling asleep. I'm not even lying. With my phone in my hand and I'm falling asleep. You know, everybody on here.
I love it. Okay. Jennifer says, what was the post or the message that you saw that made you want to join? Since you were in such a hard time in life with money, what made you look past that and join?
It was Jade's post. It's on a mommy page, and I know she was, Trace, back up, Jack. I know she was talking about paying off credit cards, working from home, being able to save money or something like that. I mean, it's been forever, but I know it was something like that. And just the fact that she said she was making $1,000 a month from her phone, I thought, okay, I don't have $99, but I know my mother-in-law will buy 4 wraps for me for $100. I know she will, and she did. She was the one who bought them from me. So I knew I could make my $99 back, and then I was like, okay, I know I can get I know I can get at least $100 a month. Like I don't know. I had a feeling that I could make something, and I knew I had to try, because if I wasn't trying, like, what was I going to do? I had to pay my bills. I had to try. Go on, dogs.
Let's see here. I think we actually have a potential on here. Okay, Tanisha says, I'm wanting to join because I'm a struggling college student, but I'm unsure if I will succeed in the business or fail. How will It Works help me out?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for over here is the college queen. Okay. I did graduate with my associates, but it was before It Works, right before. But it's going to help you so much, okay? Because you have the freedom to work around your classes, your schedule, whatever it is that you have going on. And I feel like this is really a college student's like dream job. I mean, Courtney can be like, yeah, it's a dream job because you can make so much money. You have such a huge market. You're in school. I know you're adding all these people on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're not, just go ahead and start, because that's going to be your market. It's going to start you. And you have the world at your fingertips. There are no limits in a business like this, except for a limit that you like set for yourself. So don't set yourself limits. Go into this thinking, okay, I know that I can make my $100 back, because you can. You know, our goal is never to like trick you into spending money, that you don't need to spend. And our goal is to help you get that $100 back first and then start making bank from there. Look at all these people at college, and it works amazing.
Literally the best decision I've ever made. I feel like it's definitely a college student's dream job. Like, I just couldn't get over the fact that I could literally do it from my cell phone. Like, that's what was, like, sold me. I was like, how is this real life right now?
Working at Apple, and she's like, okay, I'm quitting my job and doing It Works. It's like, oh, girl.
I cannot believe I did that.
I know, I can't either, but it was awesome.
Okay, so with conference coming up, why is it important for every single person on this Zoom right now to get their butt to conference?
You guys, let me tell you how conference changed my business. It's so incredible. So I went to conference in 2015. I was a triple diamond, so I was in the business. It was like 11 months or something, whenever conference was. And I like didn't know what I was getting myself into. And I went and I sat up front, the very up front left. It was like nobody was sitting up there, because it was like to the left of the stage, and it was kind of like bad seating. But we sat up there with Kelsey Barnett. She was a diamond. And all of the people that spoke different languages were sitting around us with their headphones on with translators, you know. So it was, you know, we were really alone. And I just like lost my cool there. Like, I was like an insane person. And I'll never forget when Top 100 walked across the stage, and all of a sudden I had this vision. I was like, I'm going to be Top 100. And like, I was screaming my head off, cheering, crying, jumping up and down. You know, nobody was around us, so we were just going crazy. And the very last day of conference, I walked out, and there's this girl, and I know she was sitting by me, like she was to the right of me somewhere. I have no idea who she was. She stopped me. She looked at me. She said, I'll see you on stage next year as Top 100. And I was like, yeah, girl. Yeah, you will. She didn't know me. I don't know who she was. I don't know if she's still in the business, but she stopped me, and she gave me the fire that was starting to like burn, and she just made it so much bigger. And that's what conference does. Conference gives you the fire that you didn't even know you had in you, and it takes you to a whole nother level.
Daddy! I remember, so I did not go to that conference. Daddy! But I've been to everyone since, because I remember watching and seeing like all the pictures from it, and I was I had just went diamond,
I think. Well, yeah, I think for diamond that month.
Yeah.
Maybe diamond that month.
It came on like sale and stuff. Like I remember like seeing, I think I was diamond then, and then whatever conference, I don't know, I was like around diamond, and I was watching all your all's pictures, and I was just like not seeing myself. Like I was like, I will never miss another conference. Like you could just like kind of feel it through all their posts and their pictures, but being there is just so unreal. And if you don't get there, then you're just gonna be so jealous the entire time, because
you're just gonna be hating your life, because you have no idea what it's like to be surrounded by 20,000 people that get it. You just have no idea. It's incredible. And you don't sleep, you don't eat, you're just running around meeting people, talking to people, and just having the time of your life. And you don't have to spend a darn dime while you're there. You just go and be surrounded and learn, and it's just incredible.
The best. All right, we'll leave you with one more question, and then we'll let you get off, because I know you have a lot going on. So let's see here. How would you suggest reaching out to people who you're not getting replies to from your post or messages?
Okay, so like if you're following up with somebody and they're ignoring you, I take it that that's kind of what you mean?
I think. Rachel, is that what you mean?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, like I'm following up with somebody, or like I sent them a message and they didn't answer. Usually the first one I'll say is like, does that make sense? Oh, I thought you were picking your nose on here. Goodness. I say, does that make sense? Because that's the question that demands a response, right? And that's what you want. You want to demand a response. If you've been following up forever and they're ignoring you, did I piss you off? Did I upset you? Did I offend you? That one's a good one. Unsending messages. I don't know if you guys were on Chrissy's training yesterday, but she was just like, just unsend and resend the same exact message. Just unsend and resend. I mean, just be like, oh, I didn't know if it went through, so I sent it again. You know, you just want to be relevant and pop up in their stuff and make sure that they keep seeing you. And really, the more you follow up and the more that you message them, the more they're going to be like, who is this girl? And they're going to go look at your stuff.
Yes.
What?
Right. Tanisha says, that sounds amazing. I'm really considering to start because I'm wanting to quit my part-time job. You should do it, girl. Right now, you're listening to Ashley is in the Millionaires Club, if you guys didn't know that. So that means she's earned over $1 million in just not even 4 years. You guys, that is insane. Like,
And Courtney, you've got to be like right there.
If I could do math, maybe I would know a little. Oh no, I need to like go calculate again.
And they're gonna call your name, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I didn't even know."
I would be so excited. I would freak out. All right,
Do it.
well, I think that's all. All right, we will let you off here, but thank you so much. You're amazing. We would not know what we would do without you.